Yeah, my name is Robbert Blauw. I work for Shell. I'm the Arctic Theme and Policy Manager. It is my role to connect the various capabilities to make the Arctic a success for Shell. And that involves technology, it involves science, it also involves sustainability, and it involves communication. And in that role, I frequently talk to all kinds of stakeholders for a better understanding of the Arctic and the role that Shell is playing there. For instance, I'm the chairman of the Arctic Committee in the International Oil and Gas Producers Association, that aspires to get to better standards in terms of health, safety and environment in the Arctic. I like the Arctic, I traveled in the Arctic, I like to meet people in the Arctic, and I really love the experience of being there. And there's many different definitions of social license to operate. I'm not a social scientist, but for me, social license to operate means that you get acceptance, that you get support, and that you build the relationships, that you build confidence for the projects that you undertake in the Arctic. And it does take indeed a whole suite of stakeholders, all the way from governments at local, regional and at state level, but also all kinds of other stakeholders that indeed get to a place where they understand and support your project. The social license to operate is a great enabler for executing business in the Arctic. Without it, you can't do it. And for our industry, oil and gas, if we make successful discoveries, we're going to be there for 50 years. So it is absolutely vital and that you build these relationships first and foremost with the communities where you work, but also with all the other stakeholders that come to the table and who have a vested interest in the Arctic. So providing benefits to people, understanding their concerns, designing your operations and your developments around it so that you can coexist in a sustainable manner. For me, that is the crux of social license to operate. The question is if indeed social license to operate needs a regulatory framework in the Arctic. Now, if the Arctic is a question, there are many different Arctics. And the conditions, the operating conditions, the climatic conditions, the people that live there, the environments are so different that it's very difficult to speak of one social license to operate in the Arctic. So you need to look at local level. Then you need to look at what is already required from a regulatory environment. Where we operate in Alaska over and above our self-imposed social license to operate, there's a whole suite of regulations that stipulate how you conduct your business, how you engage with stakeholders, how you come to a plan of cooperation, how you have conflict avoidance and all that. So if you are there for 50 years, you'll find your way for social license to operate, and that is supported by a very strong regulatory framework. I do not think that an additional layer is required to further improve that process. Social license to operate, in my view, is a shared responsibility between industry, governments, and a whole suite of other stakeholders. I mean, you cannot do it alone. Social license to operate by definition means that you get a lot of stakeholders that support your projects. And also, industry shouldn't try to do government roles, and government shouldn't try to do industry roles. I mean, it's not the task of industry to develop general infrastructure, general education, public health, but it is the role of industry to support the communities directly where you operate, look after the well-being of the people, and look after the environment. So it is a very nice complementary kind of maybe reinforcing roles by the various stakeholders. Social license to operate is an absolute must in the Arctic for maritime activities. But social license to operate is equally important for drilling onshore in the Amazon rainforest. So I wouldn't say that a social license to operate is unique to the Arctic. You need it anywhere where big economic developments, multi-stakeholder developments happen around the world. So as such, social license to operate is a great enabler for business.